Hello and welcome back to Football Manager once again. We are now at the West Ham United Premier League fixture. Technically, we are both playing at home in this fixture, as London Stadium is the home ground for West Ham, and for this season, it's the home ground for us. Or at least, I think, for the majority of the season. Because I think this finishes 8th of April, so when does our last game get played? So yeah, we would play our first ever home fixture at our new expanded den against Stoke City. Or apparently not. Unless this doesn't update until the new stadium is ready. Either way, I'm not so sure. But for now, we're playing at West Ham, of course. To be honest with you, I'm expecting a win. I really am. This is a game that we should not even think we're going to lose. Obviously, Augusto not playing today, suspended, so you'll get to see Abel in his first full game. Thomas comes in for a Doyle that prior to this match was shown to have orange condition. Didn't want to risk it, but it's gone back up now. But I still don't want to risk it just because of the fact that if he gets injured, we really don't have a backup for him other than Thomas. And if he gets injured, we're stuffed. We've got no backup really. Plazzari in goal, Livramento, Watson, Eduardo, and obviously Abel, as I mentioned, in defence. Thomas and Nato in the midfield, as I mentioned. Jovanovski, Lopez, Yildirim, staple for that position. And Mateus making another start after his exceptional game against Valencia. So, let's get into this game. I believe the captaincy for this game is given to Roberto Lopez, which could be good for him because he doesn't thrive on big matches, but he does thrive when given responsibility, according to his coach report. So it could still be good. We should win this one fairly comfortably, so play your own game and win. Simple as that. We want to make sure we get this game over and done with, 2 or 3 goals by the 60th, 70th minute, and get this game wrapped up. Lopez, the free kick, swings it into the far post, met by the head of Watson. Or actually no, it was Jovanovski, I think. But the ball did go over. Jovanovski is known for rather poor heading ability. We've been trying to train him up on it, but it's just not going anywhere, and the game's telling me to stop. But I won't stop until he actually gets good enough to head a ball into the back of a net. Ball over the top for West Ham now. Carlos Vincinius shoots, but thankfully the ball is saved by Plazzari. You've got his name for a moment. And then Abel makes a clearance to halfway. According to the stats of this match so far, we've not actually been playing all that well. This game has been largely West Ham's. I thought that was a free kick from him. That was a very slow movement to get the ball. Thomas now had the ball, plays it to Livramento on the edge of the box, stops the ball, plays it to Thomas, then to Mateus, but the shot is blocked by West Ham. And to be honest with you, that wasn't really a highlight for me. That was just a blocked shot. A highlight would have been a shot that was saved by the goalkeeper. Livramento now chasing the ball down, but the ball is cleared for Carlos Vincinius. Now to Sarr. Gets the ball right to the edge of the box, holds it up, crosses it in, and thankfully Etheridge's header goes over the bar. But for some reason in this match we are not playing well. And I am worried it's because we've got Abel at the back not being very good. And if we can't score a goal before, I'd say the 60th minute, we'd be in deep trouble. Livramento, a long throw into the box now. I'm not sure who has that ball, but it's eventually cleared by Cardozo. Livramento again with the ball now, gets another cross, this time headed by Yildirim, but the ball is very harmlessly headed over the bar. Griffiths kicks the ball long, only met by the head of Etheridge, to Norman, plays it forward to Sarr. Sarr gets to the edge of the box now, gets the cross, plays it across to Bogle, who gets the cross in, and then Etheridge's header goes over the bar once again. But clearly they're having the better run of the ball. And it's incredibly frustrating. Corner kick now for West Ham. Chavez crossed the ball in, headed away by Thomas, only as far as Etheridge. Cardozo now at the ball. Getting played out by Jovanovski, but the ball is crossed in for a header regardless. Plazzari now at the ball. Long kick forward looking for Jovanovski. Finds him. holds the ball up, plays it over the top looking for Mateus with a very, very well put ball. Plays it back looking for Jovanovski. Jovanovski gets a ball back to Thomas. Livramento back to Thomas again, over the top looking for Mateus, heads it down to Lopez. Forward to Mateus, who's offside. Well, he's not offside, but either way, he didn't go in. He looked very clearly offside to me, but what can you do? Team talk, I'm going to be assertive and say that I'm not happy with the performance out there, and thankfully they all look fired up, which is very important. If we haven't scored by the 55th, maybe 60th minute, Mateus is coming off for Louis Barry. Simple as that. After some creativity for the last 10 minutes of possibly Mateus' game today, Griffiths now with a goal kick. Puts it out long into the middle, finds Yildirim. Mateus heads it down to Lopez. Now Jovanovski. Jovanovski gets the ball into the box, shoots, but put wide by Griffiths. Now a corner kick from Lopez. Swings it in to the near post, met by the head of Sarr. Out comes to Thomas. Thomas gets the ball to the edge of the box, crosses it again, this time headed away by West Ham rather more successfully. And if I'm honest with you, we have not been playing well enough to warrant... Oh, hang on, we'll leave this highlight to finish before we make any major changes. Livramento, long ball into the box, met by the head of Warner. Now to Lopez. Thomas. Lopez again. Lopez gets to the edge of the box, plays it forward to Yildirim. Now Mateus puts the ball wide from Griffith's save. Corner kick from Doyle. Not Doyle. Thomas. Swings it in to the far post, headed away by Dios, I believe that was. I think that's what it said, I'm not actually too sure. But Bogle makes the counter-attack. Well tackled by Jovanovski, but very nearly actually giving them the opportunity of the goal. Oh, Diop, not Dios. As I mentioned, we're taking off Mateus. He's not played well enough to warrant the continued position of him in the side. Doyle is going to come on for Ivan Neto, who's playing even worse. And unfortunately, the next worst player is Abel, but we have no left back anywhere available to play in the position that they need to play in. So, I mean, technically Livramento can play there, but I don't want to risk that as he is not the best right back in the world, let alone going to be playing at left back. So let's demand more going into the second portion of this half. And after 70 minutes, another highlight begins. Griffiths with a long ball forward, met by the head of one of the West Ham players for Chavez. Ball crossed into the middle, and thankfully Pizzari is behind Etheridge's header again. Pizzari holds the ball up, long kick forward, finds Yildirim. Yildirim runs it forward, plays it out wide for Jovanovski, touches it down, gets to the box, gets a shot away but wide of the post, and arguably rather poor. And after 75 minutes, it still remains at a 0-0 scoreline. For the last 10 minutes, I'm going to demand more. We need that goal. We need to put ourselves into a winning position. I was actually at the moment there going to put on very attacking, but I decided against a draw is better than defeat. So we'll take another 0-0 draw, especially given the fact that we really could have done a lot better. And we were not good enough today. We should have won that fixture. But we're better than losing it. A draw is better than losing it, can't like that. So hopefully... Wait, what? Oh, yes, Jonah Hodgkinson, the player that I tried to sign for the majority of last season and the season before, was actually going to join us on loan for this season. However, Norwich at the last moment put in a bid to sign the player, and he signed for Norwich rather than us. Jack Cortas unfortunately did manage to get a goal against Ipswich Town, but did lose. James Simmons, no idea. Not quite sure why they're telling me this, except possibly for the fact that John Kennedy, and rightly so, is at risk of himself being sacked. And arguably it is rightly so. He has not played anywhere near well enough this season as a manager to warrant his continued employment as the boss of Boston United. Lee Smart getting a goal and an assist for Gateshead there. Good win for Luke Wilson. Unfortunately, a draw for Jamie Edwards. A nice win for Gojko Konjevic. 3-0 against Darlington, which is a very impressive result. Jenkins, unfortunately, did not manage to pull off a win against his technical rival, as he supports Cardiff, but his technical rival in Swansea, losing 1-0 to them. Colville with a nice 5-0 win for Kester John, getting him 2 assists as well from that left wing position. Not bad. Braintree, another 5-0 win, which is again very impressive, and an assist for Uri Nemeth, getting him up to 2 assists. No goals from this season for him so far, not bad. Billericay did lose 2-0 to Canvey Island, unfortunate of course. Terry Alexander, our West Bromwich Albion loanee, did lose to Nottingham Forest, but Tosson Obi managing to win with Swindon. Sutton drew with Dwight Selby in the team, and unfortunately, as much as I'm happy that Saint Lavelle managed to win his match, Boston did lose again. And Sam Jones is playing as a striker. Sack that manager immediately. I mean it, because that is a terrible, terrible place for him to be playing. He is a central midfielder and nothing else. He plays these 2 positions. He does not play up front. He does not play there. He does definitely not play there. I am very worried about the fact that I've sent him out on loan to a Boston United side managed by a man this incompetent. Where was he before? He's never been a manager before, which rather illustrates my point that he's clearly not qualified to be managing Boston United. He's not even actually a manager in the role. He's supposed to be an assistant manager, which is where he's been for the majority of his career, either as under-23s or just a generic assistant manager. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But, as I say every time I mention it, you're not here to watch Boston anymore, you're here to watch me as Millwall manager. So, until next time, which will be Inter Milan and Huddersfield. Yeah. Actually, no. I think we'll just show one fixture for each opposition side. So I think the better option would be to wait for Bournemouth Olympique Lyon. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 games, and then nice break. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Oh wait, no, they've got Valencia then. Okay, we'll wait till Olympique Lyon and Newcastle then, before going to Inter Milan and Manchester United. So, until the 3rd of November in the game, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.